Alright, welcome to part 2 of me making this from start to finish. So I spent a really long time on this sketch, and I really don't I don't know, it's like I did all those sketches, but when it came to this, I kind of messed it up. Like, the pose is different. I couldn't get her face right for some reason. I literally ended up painting over it like a couple times, which you don't see in this video because I didn't record it. And I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna paint over like the whole thing, like not the entire thing, but her, and like fill it in. And the only reason I'm not going to do that is because I submitted it to an art show and I didn't think it was gonna get in, and I got in. So I don't really want to paint over it if people are gonna like see it, or if it's gonna be in promotional materials and it looks different like after the show. So I really am probably going to make another piece or one very similar to it. I like a lot of things about this, but I mostly dislike the way her face looks. Oh, the fun thing about using the like wax pastels that are water soluble is like if I want to redefine, like obviously I can use the water to get rid of the sketch, but if I like the sketch, I can like redefine and make the lines bolder with water, and then like go over it with like gesso or acrylic, like clear acrylic medium, so it doesn't like budge or anything. And it just, I think, works better. Like, I've tried using pencils. Like, I don't like using regular pencils, because I feel like it ends up showing up. If you use like color pencils, you can still see like the texture, where it's a lot more work to be heavy-handed on a canvas with a pencil like that. A colored pencil, so I prefer using them. But yeah, there's a lot of sketching in this first half. It's a little therapeutic. One thing that I do really like about this painting is the colors. They're different from the past two ones that I did. They're a lot more muted. They're still vibrant colors, but they're muted in a way um to kind of emulate or show like the darkness. One thing I did want to change after, because I painted this before I saw the eclipse, and one thing I wanted to change after was I wanted to make like a, because it looked more like a sunset and it wasn't completely dark, which I thought was interesting, and I was going to add that in, but I may or may not. This part of the video is kind of whack because I didn't realize it was not set when I was painting. But here I'm painting the cardinals. Can't see it very well. But these cardinals are based on, I think they're Japanese paintings, or maybe they're Chinese paintings. And they're of like, and I saw of hawks. Well, it's not only like Asian paintings. I think this might be contemporary versions too. With like hawks, and they're like posed in a way, like they're falling, and you can see their wings and their feet. I can't describe it very well, but it's very particular look. But the birds are also kind of emulating the phoenixes that I draw in that I put in other paintings. So it's multiple things. One thing that I wanted to have on her from the start was that she would have like purple undertones and more like cool tone, but like purple blush and like that, and like coloring to her. I don't know. I thought it would look very like sweet, but otherworldly almost. I know. I also knew from the start I wanted her to be very dark. I wanted her to have a very striking look. And I went back and forth on what hair color I wanted her to have. I ended up going with white. I can't remember now what other hair color I wanted her to have, because I like the way the white looks, but that and the color of her dress. I wanted it to be white, then I was like, no. I ended up going with purple. Another thing that I added to this piece that I haven't added to any other pieces, I do eventually end up painting over her face, but it's the fact that that she has like a gold like face, her lips, her eyes, like the shape of her face is painted with gold. And my other pieces, it's just their hands that are painted and shiny. But for her, I wanted her to be like very glimmery, very shiny, like otherworldly, almost as if she was like a goddess or someone very special. You can literally see me painting over the face and looking at my sketch or wondering why it just doesn't look the same. And I think one of the biggest differences that I feel like I literally almost like we painted over like her whole body at this point is because how her head sits on her shoulders and how her hand is like completely positioned differently. Like the sketch, her hand is like closer to her chest, like she's like just in more, but this is like she's leaning, but like she's leaning in a way that her head's also not leaning in the same way, which bothers me a lot. But like I said, I think I'll just make a whole new painting because it'll probably work out better that way. And one thing I wish, not wish, but one thing I think I would do in the future is like an underpainting for the dress, because I feel like honestly the way it looks right now would have been pretty cool to just keep it that way with the textures and the sketch underneath. But honestly I'm going to try rendering the clothes more, but I need more practice painting clothes, and I also don't have the time to spend like painting clothes like that. I do want to try and get into digital art because I feel like that'd be freeing in a way, and not like, because painting you like have to wait for the paint to dry, you have to mix your colors, you have to like buy physical, like you're paying money for all these physical things, but painting it's like different. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Yeah. If you have any questions, leave a comment.